Okay, today is November 30th of 2023. I couldn't remember why I wanted to make another video. I had made a video yesterday on the 29th regarding No Shave November, and I was looking through my files and I must have deleted it or put it somewhere else. So I think I'll take this time and do a a video on No Shave November. So real quick, I'm just documenting. I've never followed the whole 30 days through without trimming and shaving my beard. Not shaving it off, but trimming it up. So this is it. As you can see, doesn't fill in there. Fills in more here. Yeah, this side is my thinner side, and this side is my thicker side. So that makes sense. But it's driving me crazy, guys. I don't know if any of you, but I've got electricity in my beard. And every morning I comb it, and I have to use water because it just sticks to the comb. So today I've made it. I'm going to trim it up today and make it nice and neat and take off some of this thickness. My sideburns are really thick. I mean, really long. You can't really do it any justice in the video, but it's pretty out there. And the thing is that it scoops out and then it goes down. You can see the graying right here in the front. That's how my hair is when it's long. It grays right there. And then I've got the blonde, which is what my hair has turned the color to. And you see the side grain. But I used to be this color hair. So, yeah, it's really changed. Um, I haven't gone totally bald in the back part here. I still have hair, it's just thinned. You can't, you can see me pulling it. So I'm not totally bald, but everybody calls me bald. I'm okay. I don't see it. It's just like these changes, you just have to live with them if you don't like them. And if you can change it and you don't like it, then change it. But I can't change that. And I'm not going to put a bunch of chemicals on my head to see if hair will grow. I'm not worried about it. Let's just put it that way. So, so Tony and I'm going to go into some more stuff that's happened. So, Tony and I bought ourselves an early Christmas present. We got a 150-pound little universal weight bench. It wasn't expensive, about $700. But our free weights, the trap bar is too heavy for Tony, and she's not comfortable with it. So she's worried about hurting her back because she's not doing proper form. So this has the pull down bar, and this has the shoulder bar. I guess that's shoulder. And then it has the legs, and that's what she mainly wanted was the legs. It's a Marcy 900, I think. If you're interested at all, you can look it up. Like I said, it wasn't real expensive. So, and I have the free weights, and I have up to the plates are 35 pounds each. So I'm on 25 and 10, I think, 35 on each side when I do my legs. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll get another set of free weights when that time comes, or just order what more I need to order. um, I'm totally fine with free weights. I love free weights, but I do like the machine too because it will pinpoint more stuff, so like this and here. And because I've had shoulder surgeries, they released both biceps on each side. So it feels like a little golf ball here. So I'm thankful that this looks muscular, but it's not all muscular. See, and you can see it right here. So I'm hoping someday that'll cut. My shoulders have been good. Dealing with the fibromyalgia that I've been diagnosed with has been hard, and the Raynaud's in my hands. You can see the reddening. Uh, I'm dropping a lot of things lately, and uh, my hands are painful, but not as bad being on the medication. But I think I'm going to make an appointment with the rheumatologist and ask him if this is what I should be expecting, and ask him truly, be straight with me about the pain and the flare ups. I don't understand all that. People keep telling me, oh, you're having a flare. So I'm like, I don't understand that. My knees, I have been diagnosed with osteoarthritis, not osteoporosis, but osteoarthritis in my knees. And that was the second rheumatologist that found that. And then I just had a CAT scan done for the for my headaches, and I have a nerve that pinches right here that I cannot do anything. It feels like forever, but it's like maybe under a minute, and it just grips me, and it feels like it's Charlie horsing up right here, and it is so painful. The first time I thought I was going to cry. It was the first time after my shoulder surgery, my right one, that I was lifting a 4x8 panel for Tony's shed to hang as a wall. And I was looking down this way. See, right now, it would have done it if I'd stayed in that position. I was looking down this way, and all of a sudden it gripped me for the first time, and I dropped that panel, and I was screaming. And Tony goes, "What is wrong?" And I was like, "Oh my God!" Never felt it. So the neurologist ordered a CAT scan, and I've got all kinds of things wrong with the C6 through the C7 and the C4 through the C5, and I've got a fracture, some kind of fracture in the C7, and I'm trying to remember what the report said, and something about the C7 and T1. So I don't know. It's probably something they can't. It's probably part of arthritis. I don't know. I know I did injure my neck back in my early 20s, and they hospitalized me and put me in traction to release the I lost the use of my right leg is what it was, and they put me in traction and relieved that pinching of that nerve. So I don't know if it said there was no impingement on any nerves, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so it seems like this year I've fallen apart, guys. I'm just like, I mean, I'm still plowing through my daily chore or my weekly chores, but I have to, it takes me longer to do things. Like yesterday, I was cleaning the pasture and we hadn't cleaned it all week. And I had taken out 4 bucket loads of manure, and I had the front of the pasture left to do. And I was like, I'm done. I'm tired. I just don't have the energy to do it. I found myself breathing through my mouth, and I'm like, I got to get used to carrying that albuterol inhaler. It's as needed. I'm not doing the other inhaler twice a day, and the only reason why I'm not is because the first time I did it twice a day, I ended up with a sore throat the next day and sick. And I thought maybe that was the cause of it, but I need to get back to doing that to see if it helps me. I realized that maybe my low energy is the oxygen. Um, Yeah, so that was the CAT scan, and we'll see what the neurologist says. I see him this month, I believe it is sometime. Uh, the other morning, I did my albuterol when I was going to the doctor. I did it actually in the lobby of Kaiser because I just felt so out of breath. And I don't usually use that. And my blood pressure went sky high. I was like, 150 something over 108. And I said, and I told her when I came in, I said, you may not want to do my blood pressure right now because I can feel my heart racing. And I told her about the albuterol. She's on the inhaler. She says sometimes I can do it. My blood pressure didn't really get any better, but they want me to do a recheck on my blood pressure on the 6th. And I told them, I said, every time I go to the doctor, my blood pressure goes up, and they have to wait, and then they'll take it when I'm on my way out, and it'll be back to normal. They told me to tell people I'm a white coat. And I said, maybe I'm getting complacent with the white coat. I don't know. But I don't feel like I have high blood pressure. I had high blood pressure in my early 20s, and that was due to a relationship I was in and the stress. And they never could find anything wrong. And I had every test available in the 80s. I had a CAT scan, I had an IVP, I had lumbar puncture, I had like one day I had 14 tubes of blood taken out of me. And that's back in the day when they didn't have a lot of new technology like they do now. The CAT scan, in fact, was very new. And the dude missed my vein and pumped the contrast into my muscle. I thought they were going to chop my arm off. They made me hold it like this. And I honestly thought my arm was going to fall off. And the IVP, they missed it. In fact, I've got a little scar, or used to have a little scar on my wrist. And I was like, what is it with people in the hospital? I was in the hospital for quite a while. In fact, my neurologist came by and said, well, I'm headed to Disneyland this weekend. I said, so do I get to be released? He goes, nope, we'll see you Monday. And I was like, so yeah, so I've had health issues due to stress in my younger days. Once I got rid of that stress, I never had another issue. And once I learned about my sexual orientation, and even though I felt like at the time well, now you call it gender identity. At the time, there was no such thing. And well, I wasn't aware of it. Um, but when I did become aware of it, then back then you had to live as the opposite sex for a year before they would allow any hormone replacement. So I didn't think I could pull that off, and I know I couldn't have. I wasn't very feminine, but my voice was feminine, and I'm just not that kind of person. I couldn't have done it. I give all the kudos to those who before me um, did do it. I know that I saw a documentary on a guy here in California that went through the whole thing. He was a teacher. He ended up losing his job. He had to go into construction. He was at the time of documentary. He was very lonely, and and he went through and paid for the surgeries and everything. And at that time, the surgeries weren't that great. And but he did it. And then I watched another documentary where it was a couple, two females, and the one changed and lost her partner or his partner. And yeah, I'm thankful that Tony didn't, that she supported me and stood behind me. I would have eventually done it anyway and just said, if you can't hang, we gotta start over because I was pretty depressed. So I didn't expect this video to go into all this, but hey, um, it is what it is, right? So I'm going to do another video in a couple weeks. I'll be my 11th man anniversary. I'll be 62, and we'll talk about that. Okay? You guys take it one day at a time and always make your journey as simple as possible.